Welcome to the dark and mysterious underbelly of YouTube. What goes on here, nobody quite knows, nobody understands. You've travelled too far. You've found your way into the mysterious side of the arty YouTube realm. This is a place where there are no rules, there are no tutorials. We're just making shit. Nobody knows what's happening. It's chaotic as fuck. What's this? You want to know what my setup is? I don't fucking know. You want to know how I draw? Who knows? I just do. Whoa. Will the answers ever be found out to these questions? Nobody knows. Will I ever make a video that's relevant about a thing that's happening now? You've reached the dirty, grimy underbelly of the art YouTube realm. This is a place where we don't talk about shit, anything to do about art. We don't discuss nothing. It's just, you're doing art, you're here, we're drawing. That's all you're gonna get. I'm practicing, I'm making stuff, I'm doing drawings, I'm videoing them. If you don't like it, move on, Buster. That's a lie, of course. Who knows what will happen? The likelihood is this will never catch on. The likelihood is this will never be front page YouTube. The likelihood is this won't even be one of the the art channels, because you've got to do stuff. If you want to be a big hey kid, you want to make it big on YouTube? You can't. Hey, you want to get big on YouTube? You want to learn how to do amazing art? You can't. Imagine if you went on one of those things that was like Udemy, and it was like you paid a bunch of money and you were like, I want to learn how to draw amazing art, please. And then you paid all the money, and then they said you can't. That would be brutal. I don't know where this is going. I'm still in the uncomfortable realm. That's just how it goes. This is some Spirited Away art. I started doing this drawing and I didn't know. I've cheated. I did a drawing. I was like back and forth whether I thought it was good enough to even make it a video. I settled on that it was okay. It's like a 7 out of 10. But fundamentally, I thought it was, I needed a little bit extra. So I pretended that I did some thumbnails and some sketches and some doodles before I did the drawing. And that's what you saw at the start. But then I move on to the drawing, and I had this idea of doing the bathhouse from above. I also did the line work in Photoshop. Often I like doing line work with pencils, and then I scan it in and then digitally color it. It's weird talking about your methods because I also see my work through the lens of like, oh, it's not good enough yet. So, you know, who knows whether I might just completely change how I do art in the future. I don't know. Sometimes I think it works really well, and sometimes I'm like, this is boring and rubbish. Anyway, the other thing I was thinking about the other day, you know, with like, imagine just a smash cut of all my vlogs together. It would be horrendous. It would be excruciating to listen to a man say the same thing over and over again about his drawings. That's what this channel is. That's why you're here. You're also here for pixel art, and you're here for pixel art animations. You want to see a man's psyche deteriorating over time as he does drawings, getting incrementally better and worse often at the same time. Spirited Away, the analysis of this is, I did the line work in Photoshop. So for starters, that's unusual for me. I wanted you to see a little bit of the process. I used a brush that's like this ballpoint pen brush. I don't fully like it. It's not that great. It's okay. I like the idea of it, this like overhead shot of the bathhouse with all the spirits having baths and Chihiro and the radish man spirit walking over one of the bridges. Cool idea. Fundamentally, I think the composition is nice, but because of the nature of how I've drawn the baths and the rooms and the bridges and the floorboards and stuff, it is very grid-like. I think there's a problem. The reason why I don't think it's super successful is that there is no dramatic variety in scale. Everything's about the same size, is very grid-like. You know, the rooms are the same size, the baths, the corridors, the bridge. So there's nothing for you to like focus on. Yeah, there's no variety in scale. I think that's quite key, and I can see that's one of the reasons why maybe this isn't as successful as it could be. So, having said all that, I definitely want to do some more Studio Ghibli fan art, and it's going to be better. Maybe sometimes it'll be pixel art. Who knows? There's this artist called, I think it's Snatti, Snatti. They're a concept artist. And they do some really nice painterly concept art. And I just feel like I want to do some more painterly concept art paintings. I don't know. I'm just letting you know that I'm slightly disappointed in the outcome of this, and so therefore I definitely want to do some more Studio Ghibli fan art across the board. Big inspiration for me. I genuinely think Spirited Away is one of my favorite films of all time. I just feel like it's the best one as well, like as a unique story to tell someone what like Studio Ghibli is about. It just feels like the perfect sort of fairy tale, Japanese folklore fairy tale adventure story, like genre defying fantasy. If you're not into Studio Ghibli, or like maybe you haven't seen it, or maybe you want to get someone else into Studio Ghibli, I just feel like it's the perfect one. You know, where was I going before? What was I rambling about? The world still provides that great amount of existential fear and dread and anxiety. We're all struggling. Horrible news coming out of America. I hope you're getting by. You know, I hope you're managing. I hope you're coping. I've done a bit of work recently, but also who knows what the next few months are going to be like. I have to have some part-time shifts, you know, so slightly less time to do YouTube, but don't worry, I've had like time to do some drawing, and I've got more drawings planned. I just appreciate you being here, really, like clicking on these weird videos. Genuinely, always just throw random drawing ideas in the comments. I hope you're chill. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing your best. You want to get better at art? Well, just draw, you know? One pencil, bit of paper, draw what's in front of you. It'll be shit. A month later, it'll be still shit. And then a year later, it might be a little bit better. I was going to make like a whole video on this, but I'm just going to quickly mention it here and just get the ball rolling with the conversation. I think I've like pinpointed and yet another grumble, yet another complaint of mine with the art industry and the art world online. Let's just stick another pin in it. There's this. It's kind of linked to that thing that I was talking about Ethan Becker a while ago, about the whole like luck versus hard work kind of mentality. The forcing of competitiveness within the art world. I get that we're all fighting for jobs. I get it's a hard world if you want to make art your full-time job. Obviously, it's hard to get a job. You're essentially competing with other people for job roles. Yeah, I get it. There is that. But to then make that the focus of getting better, I feel like it is completely detrimental to what art is and your practice. And I feel like it's a slippery slope when your main focus is to make it your career. Just the constant career pushing onto what should be your like passion. I just feel like it is only going to lead to negative things. And I feel like it's what makes people care so much about like tutorials, getting better, showing off. What materials do you use? It leads to this whole like chain of ideas. It makes you super protective over your work, and it makes you like critique others really harshly if you think that they're doing better than you and you don't think they deserve it. It makes you critique yourself. It makes you show off. It makes you become a bit narcissistic. All these things. It's like a domino effect, I fear. Like when you're really focused on like get good, get job, look at me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's all linked is what I'm saying. And I just wanted to throw that out there, that I feel like there's this weird competitiveness to making art that I certainly don't ascribe to, and I don't think you should either. I get we all want to get better, and I get that everyone's dream would be to have a cool job, and a part of that is if you get a job, then someone else is not getting that job. I get it, but don't make that the focus. Like, that's horrible. It's not helpful to focus on that. Even when, look, I've done this drawing, I'm not totally pleased with it. How do I get better? I don't know. I'll study some more. I'll do some drawing, but sometimes it's like the luck of the draw. Sometimes I know from right at the start whether I'm gonna like the drawing at the end. I just can tell. And then other times I'll start off crap, and then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I actually quite like it. So there's even luck involved in the very act of like making. Is all I wanted to say. I'm just saying, we chill artists are out there, and you don't always have to focus on crazy hyper get good masters. They're doing their thing and they're great. And yeah, the industry. Well, everyone wants to get in the industry, but I think there's just more important things to life than your career. We're all just sort of existing, innit? I'll make a better Spirited Away drawing in the future, and then the next thing will happen. But anyway, lots of video games coming out. I haven't played Last of Us 2. Don't spoil it, please. If you spoil it, I will come to your house and I'll get you. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm super excited for. Cyberpunk. But I've got a feeling like I'm just not going to get any more PS4 games for the foreseeable future. And then hopefully they'll all just come to PS5. Am I right? I've just downloaded Okami HD. It's an amazingly cool game if you haven't played it. The art is amazing. I just feel like I'm going to play that on PS4. It was like £6. I'm going to probably just keep playing Pokemon, Animal Crossing. And I got Hyper Light Drifter again on the Switch. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I like Spirited Away. This drawing is okay. Struggling to finish this video now. Always grateful, eternally grateful for you being here, eternally grateful for you not getting bored by this setup. Oh, I did some research into live streams. I'm definitely interested. I need to get better internet though, so I'm researching. But this whole COVID thing, it's not making upgrading look very easy at the moment. So we'll give it a few months. Maybe next year will be the year of live streams. Maybe. Not promising anything, but maybe. Keep fighting the good fight out there, wherever you are. You're great.